Tesla's vision-only strategy isn't a shortcut, it's a power move. LiDAR is flashy. Radar is clever. Maps are detailed. But cameras and a single-minded design philosophy may be the only thing that actually scales. Every time Tesla removes a sensor from its cars, people start hyperventilating. First it was radar. Then LiDAR never showed up at all. Critics howled, "This is insane. Every other car company has redundancy. More sensors means more safety." But that's the fallacy. More sensors don't mean more safety. More sensors mean more problems. And when it comes to building an autonomous vehicle that can survive the chaos of the real world, clarity beats clutter every time. The cult of redundancy is a mirage. Let's get this straight. Redundancy is great when it actually backs you up. You want a second parachute, not a second guy arguing with the first parachute about altitude. What's marketed as redundant in self-driving cars is often just overlap without agreement. Radar, LiDAR, cameras, HD maps, they don't confirm each other, they contradict each other. Now you need a referee. Then you need rules for the referee. Then you need a committee to define the rules. By the time your car decides whether it's seeing a plastic bag or a child, it's too late. That's not safety, that's sensor schizophrenia. Maps are for finding a city, not a stop sign. Let's talk about maps, another darling of the over-engineered autonomy crowd. These beautifully detailed, centimeter-accurate maps are supposed to make driving easy. But here's the truth. Maps are a memory, not a mirror. They tell you where something was, not where something is. You don't use a map to figure out if the stop sign blew over in last night's storm. You don't use a map to know whether a road is covered in black ice. You use your eyes, because eyes see now. A good map helps you find the town. A good vision system keeps you from hitting the pedestrian once you get there. More isn't better, it's just more. In the 1980s, I built hobby robots. Every new sensor I bought felt like progress until I realized I wasn't building a smarter robot, I was building a rolling argument. Each new input didn't clarify, it cluttered. That's exactly where most of the auto industry is right now, building robots with too many options and no clear voice. When your system is a camel stitched together from every clever tool available, you might cover the bases, but you'll never win the race. A camel is what happens when you design for just in case. A racehorse is what you get when you design for purpose. Tesla is building a racehorse. Complexity is a tax you pay on fear. Why does everyone else keep adding sensors? Fear. Fear of lawsuits. Fear of edge cases, fear of being wrong. So they throw everything at the car and hope something sticks. But throwing more at the wall isn't how you cover the wall. It's how you end up with a mess. Every extra sensor adds cost, not just in dollars, but in weight, power, bandwidth, maintenance, integration, calibration, legal liability, regulatory approval, international variation, and support logistics. Cost in autonomy is a zero-sum game. You spend it on hardware, software, testing, lawyers, or customer support. You don't get to spend it twice. Tesla's not saving money. They're spending it wisely on one vision system that gets better every day, not 10 systems fighting each other at every stoplight. Vision is the only sensor you were born with. Let's not forget every road you've ever driven, every parking lot you've ever navigated, every snowstorm you've powered through. You did it with your two eyes and your brain. You didn't need radar to make a left turn. You didn't need LiDAR to find your driveway. You didn't stop because Google Maps told you to. You stopped because you saw the stop sign. So why wouldn't we try to build a self-driving system around the same principle? Tesla is betting that cameras plus a neural network can replicate and eventually surpass human perception. That's not a shortcut. That is the most ambitious target on the board. and it's the only one that scales. Edge cases are excuses. Focus is a strategy. Critics love to toss around edge cases. But what about fog? But what about glare? How about a sign that falls over? Let me ask you this. What do you do in those situations? You slow down, you may pull over, you adapt. A camera-based system can be taught to do the exact same thing. That's not a failure, that's intelligence. Adding another sensor to avoid solving a hard problem isn't engineering, it's evasion. Tesla's approach forces the team to face the core challenge head-on. See better. Think better, learn better, no shortcuts, no sensor spackling. The best system is the one that works everywhere. And here's the final punchline. Vision does work everywhere. In every city, in every country, in every condition a human can handle. That's not a compromise, it's a superpower. Radar doesn't scale like that. LiDAR doesn't scale like that. And maps certainly don't scale like that. But vision does. Because it's the one tool that nature already optimized for the job. Tesla's system doesn't depend on perfectly labeled roads or updated infrastructure. It doesn't assume you'll never have a bad sensor or a confusing situation. It just assumes one thing, that the world is visible. And if it's not, well, maybe you shouldn't be driving. Tesla's vision-only system certainly isn't perfect, but it's coherent, it's focused, and it's the only one brave enough to say, let's solve the problem, not wallpaper over it. The future of self-driving cars won't be decided by who throws the most sensors at the problem. It will be decided by who understands the problem well enough to remove what isn't needed. Because in engineering, as in life, the best part is no part.